We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you. All the way.
arrogant and useless arm of the executive branch. You have Jeremiah P.A. that can finish from the Calabash. He's one of the uninformed ministers ever Liberia has produced. Every Saturday, every Friday, Jeremiah P.A. has placed the Calabash as part of his major TOR. So if you got bunch of illiterate, bunch of arrogant people serving in government, this is what you have. This is what you have. They cannot even accept an honest advice from political, or let's say from prominent figures in this country. They see everything as propaganda. They see everything as bringing the government down. They see everything, as denigrating the government. No, that is not the aim of people that come up every day to speak in favor of the Liberian people. We cannot just sit down and watch Bwaka and his surrogates to, to keep decreasing the image of this country on a globe, on the international, on the international space. We cannot accept that. So when we come out to speak facts, Jeremiah Pierre and Daniel Sando, who literally, I don't know if I sometimes say that I feel sorry for his mother. You know what it takes for a woman to go through, 9 month of pregnancy, of vomiting, and you got an offspring that will just sit down and start insulting people. So Jeremiah Pierre and that of Daniel Sando, they are not just doing, themselves harm. They are also doing their future children harm. Imagine you as a little girl coming up, tomorrow someone just point at you, oh, all I want part in cause people, all I want part needs to cause BB people, all I want part needs to serve as deputy minister for information, that one part needs to serve as minister for information, and this person it reduce the country to an insult arena. You can't be doing that. So these people, instead of focusing on how to disseminate government information, they will be sitting down targeting critical voices. They will sit down and target critical voices. When you speak the facts, they either cause your mom, Daniel Sano, he will come for your mom, he will involve your children. That is not the purpose of the information ministry. They are abusing that particular place. So they are not even changing the narratives of this government. These people are still in campaign mode. In church and acts is troubling and also saddening. Currently in Liberia, rape has become a sport wherein government officials are actively engaged in abuses, especially gender and sexual-based violence against minors. And first, during the we-are-led government, when we were actively involved into activism, we led that of young people on the street to advocate on behalf of rape victims. At the end of the day, the we-are-led government respected our decision, and also we are declared rape as a national oh, somebody is on my land.
Prince, I'm cutting off the video you just displayed. Who in the background? Who the men are in that background? Danimane?
Yeah. Yes.
But we're over, Prince. Listen to me. You are getting video. We're in the West. We're in the West. Please send that video. I think Europe, but please send that video to me. What? It's so evident. That
Publication. He's the managing editor for the Diaspora Alert. And right now the government is pursuing him. He's going to talk about that. But for those of you, our audience, Mr. Eric Purvis is a long-term journalist, social justice advocate, democratic rights advocate. We're glad to have him on our show. And Purvis, you are most welcome today, especially at the point when we are discussing key issues confronting our society, including your issue is one of those issues I will have to even talk about. So I'm glad you're on our show, and you are very much welcome today, Eric.
Thank you, Rana.
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, again, we want to use this time to welcome each and every one of you, as usual, under the Palava Hut, to another segment, of our presentation. We want to say thanks to all of you for your continuous support. We really, really, really do appreciate you. Really do appreciate you. There is something that we want to highlight here, and it's very important. The reason why we are highlighting this is because it has to do with every one of us. I mean, every one of us. When you have a government that is very desperate and they don't want for people to expose their deeds, then we need to ensure that people who are there and they are saying that come what may, we will expose you, they must also be protected by all of us. The first issue that we are going to talk about tonight has to do with the threat on the life of a Liberian, someone who we believe has been very critical of this government, exposing ills in society, educating Liberians, and giving them an opportunity for their voice to be heard. It is important that we highlight these things because we are dealing with people who we always say they are not afraid to commit crimes. The Unity Party is not afraid to eliminate whoever or whatever in order to get what they want to get. So when we are seeing a sign where they are threatening people who are speaking out against the ills in society, we must be able to voice these things out. You know, the government has a platform where all of them will go to discuss. That is the cash referred to it as the cash reload or reload or however they call it. And on that particular platform, a Liberian, one would say freelance journalist, a Liberian who is critical of the government, was threatened by not ordinary people, but government officials on that particular platform. And it is important that we highlight these things. It is important that Liberian people know about these things. Look, we should not sit down and allow it to happen or allow the chaos to be actualized before we say, oh, but if we are new, no, and not if we are new business. We must be able to say it out. A Liberian in persons of Eric Pevins, who is the CEO of the Diaspora Alliance, was threatened by government officials on one of their platforms. We are voicing out these things because the world in which we live, when people just look at you and say, this is what I will do, you don't overlook it, especially with the Unity Party. Don't overlook these guys. Their desperation for power, their desperation to be able to maintain power is something that you cannot overlook. I'm sorry. We're trying to give you the best here that we can give you. My other studio light is not around. So we're trying to see how best we can, give you the best. So this is serious. To have government official threatening another Liberians, I think it's important that we take time off to talk about these things. Because the government that we are dealing with, you know what happened to journalists? This government have decided that the community radio stations that is supposed to be reporting for the people, supposed to be reporting issues of national concern, that these reports that we are receiving from the community is that government officials are demanding that these community radio stations report according to what they want them to report. And anything other than that, they want to close the radio station. So we are going to be calling our brother Eric because it's important that we talk about this. Even if we take 1, 2, 3, or 4 minutes to talk about it, it's important that we talk about this. This is serious. Even though he is not in Liberia, he is here, but there's a government we're talking about. These people have the ability to cause chaos. Even if not to get to him, he has family members that are in Liberia. He has friends that are in Liberia. He has people that are very dear to him that are in Liberia. So when these things are happening, we must not sit there and say, oh, but the man in the US, nothing can happen. No, it is serious. And I will be calling our brother Eric. I will be calling our brother Eric. And we'll be hearing from him what exactly was said from his own, point of view, what is going on with this particular threat that was posed to him by the government. So we are going to call our brother so that we can be able to hear from him if he is in the position. But this is serious. Just bear with us. All right. So, fellow Liberians, like I said earlier, we want to actually call our brother and hear from him. This is serious. For this brother to be threatened is something that every Liberians that in the diaspora, that in Liberia must be able to be concerned about. Because when people are being threatened by key government officials, it is not just them as individuals that are threatened, but they have people that they are connected to. They have their project, they have so many things that is dear to their heart. And if these people cannot get hold of these people directly, they can get to other means, or they can hurt them through other means. But we are grateful to have on the line our own brother Eric. Eric, how are you, sir?
Well, I'm still coping with the trauma from the threat of a government that has nearly $1 billion to erase me from the face of the earth. But I'm hopeful for life. I mean, the fact that I got people like you and other Liberians who are concerned and been reaching out, but this the life that we're in, my brother. So it is what it is.
Can you tell us exactly what led to the threat from prominent and key government officials, for which today, almost like you are traumatized, but what actually led to what was the circumstances, surrendering that entire episode that led to key government official, who have resources, fundings, and etc. to ring threat at you. Can you give us a kind of a synopsis of what happened?
Prince, if this what I'm in now, if it were just key government official, I wouldn't bother much. But this is the position of the government of Liberia, because the Minister of Information is the spokesperson for the government of Liberia. So when he says something, it represents the government of Liberia's position. What happened was on the 27th of October this year, the Diaspora Ally did a publication on a statement that was leaked on an inside source at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They had prepared a statement, and according to the inside source, they had submitted the statement to the African Union, or as we call it, the AU, condemning the election in Cameroon. Paul Biya, the 92 years old president who, got re-elected. And in that statement, they outlined the electoral malpractices. Key opposition leaders were denied to even contest, and the major opposition leader that contested challenged the result. And from from, from all indication, the the government position was that that was a fraudulent election, which they consider as a mockery to democracy. So diaspora lied because we are privileged to receive information from sources that will not come forth because of fear of their lives. So it is our duty to flag these stories. So like it's a common practice in media, anonymous source always, provide information. Whistleblower, for example. So when we flag the story, the story did not gain the traction from the government on the 27th, on the 28th. They only took notice of the story because Diaspora Life has got stringer, a correspondent in Cameroon. that also highlighted the story there. So apparently Paul Biya, might have read the story, or his handler might have come across the story, and they hinted the governor of Liberia, and the governor of Liberia got furious why the information was leaked. So it was yesterday that, and this is the first time we have seen that under the Bouaka government, that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs issue a statement refuting the publication of Diaspora Light, and the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism also refuting the story at the same time. The bookman says simultaneously. We have never seen that. And you can prove me wrong, Prince, but up to now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs have not written an official statement on their website talking about the 3-year visa extension given by the US. They have not written anything about that. But they took the time to debunk that story. The Ministry of Information also has not written about the 3 years extension given by the US, but they took the time to debunk that story. So on yesterday night, the Minister proper, Jeremy Pia, and that of the Deputy Minister for Public Affairs, Daniel Sano, they began to hammer the diaspora alike. And Daniel Sano in particular pointed me out as the managing editor for the diaspora alike, and that he knows me, and that the government must not take it lightly. And in fact, one of the hosts for that class reloaded that we all know is basically cash reloaded said this is a criminal act that the government of Liberia should pursue. Then Jeremy Pierre jumped in by saying, we are not going to disclose how we are going to get at Eric or to get at Diaspora Light on the show. He went further by saying they will employ unorthodox means to get at me. And when you hear the spokesperson for the government of Liberia threatening to use unorthodox means to get at a simple Eric Purvis who is doing his journalistic work, is worrisome. I sent you a photo a few minutes ago on your WhatsApp. I'm a victim of brutality under the Unity Party-led government as far back as 2016. I was never protected. The police station that I got wounded in, they did nothing about my case, even though I did photo up. They did not arrest the perpetrator. In their presence, I took about 9 stitches on my head. I sent a picture to you. You can put it up on the screen. So I'm a victim of political brutality. So when I hear that it's certain government who has got all this money, got all this leverage, threatening me, and Mr. Sheriff, this is not the first time. Patrick Sulu, not Patrick Sulu, but the current IG, Gregory Coleman has threatened to have me deported from the U.S. to Liberia simply because I reported a shootout at there's this place where the ambassador, former president, we have built a sport park at the sea where they killed the 13 men.
Yeah,
the Unity
the
Sports Park.
PHP Sport
Yeah.
Park. Yeah.
But the road there, there's a name for it. They call it something like PHP area there.
Yeah.
The Redemption Road or something. And I reported a story about a shootout at night at that place, which I got a very credible source, which are later authenticated by other independent media sources. But he threatened to have me deported, not even extradited, to Liberia, but deported because I reported that story. He said no one is beyond the reach of our government. Anywhere you are, if you write a story against the government, we'll get at you. So already I'm being under the radar of the Liberian National Police. I'm being under the radar now of the Ministry of, because when the Ministry of Information speaks, it represents the government.
Sure.
So a government is threatening to go after me using unorthodox means. That shows that I'm I'm not safe.
So do
And
you
like you
have
said, in the intro, this is not just about me, but I got my family in Liberia.
so
I'm
do
not
you have
concerned
a
about my
clip?
life. You can take my life, but they might take it a step forward.
Do you have a clip of that particular or
Yeah,
statement or
yeah. Let me send a clip
please?
to you right now,
Yes, sir.
so that you play it on the air.
Mm.
Let me get you right now. It's on the clip when Jeremy Lake Pierre started the conversation and went further. Let me get it to you. So so as I get it to you,
Hmm.
that's the situation. This is where we are.
Wow.
Yeah, the information minister said they will not disclose in the public gear what they will do to me. I think
Fellow,
government should be a transparent body, but I mean it's shocking that our government saying that they will not be transparent to me. So I
so
sent the clip.
yeah,
It's about 3 minutes long.
okay.
So
Yeah, I will definitely play the clip. So, fellow Liberians, let me just inform you, those of you that are just coming on, this is a Liberian, journalist who are an online platform reported, a particular incident, a particular case, and then you have operative of the government coming against him and threatening his life. So he sent a clip here, which I'm going to play, and I want all of us to listen to this clip. This is very serious. I want all of us to listen to the clip, and then maybe some of you who are in the public, you want to ask questions, you want to interact, we give you an opportunity. But let's play this.
I want to say in addition before we go to the talking point.
Yes, sir.
So the naysayers are not happy and they're doing everything to portray the country in a very bad way.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a publication making some attributions to the Liberian government that we have condemned the election process in Cameroon, and we have called on the African Union and other blocs not to grant recognition to the new government, blah, 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 blah. It's spread like wildfire. So we had to work today with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we subsequently issued a statement, clarifying that no such stuff has taken place, and that whatever has been put out does not come from government is erroneous. At least for the record's sake, it was important for us to do that because those kinds of misinformation, if you don't quickly deal with them, they can cause some problem. But it tells you the extent to which people get angry when they hear good news and they try to counter it by crazy negativity that are non-existent basically.
So before you play the video, I just want to ask Minister Pierre something.
Okay.
Minister, to this fictitious statement that compelled the government to provide clarity today. This is not the first time that identical diaspora elect has published fictitious and misleading story. The other day when the CDC, when mobile model planned the protest, by 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning, that paper has circulated something on social media in the name of the LNP. The LNP was constrained to clarify. So this is not the first time. The person who runs that blog is a sedition. He's one Eric Pelvis. So I think he needs to be caught by the authority.
Yeah, that should be a crime, especially if he's posting it.
Yeah, he needs to be called by the authority and not just leave it like that. Something that I try to put the country against another nation should not be taken lightly.
So as a government, we are very much knowledgeable about things we need to know, except that we'll not come out here and say it. Okay. So we know the sources of what that publication represents, and we're doing what we are supposed to do as a government, not in the public glare, to address it.
Okay.
I'm not confirming nor denying the name you call, but I'm just saying as a government, we are fully aware of where it's coming from and we're doing what is appropriate.
Now, my people, I would just want to hold this video here, right? I want to hold this video. Those of you who are asking for evidence, those of you who are asking that you want to see it, and I appreciate you. You are raising a very genuine, concern. But this is serious. This is very serious. This is somebody who experienced and was physically assaulted and brutalized under the same regime of the Unity Party. This is him. Was brutalized and assaulted under the same Unity Party. And at the end of the day, nothing came of it. He was almost killed. His head was almost burst. Only because of his critical view at the time. Today, fellow Liberian, this brother is being threatened by the Minister of Information, saying that the government know what to do. The government will do what they had to do. They are not going to disclose the method that they will use to do what they want to do. You listening to it very clear. It's not me saying. You listening to him. This is not AR video. It's live. That the government will do what the government has to do. You listening to Daniel Sando disclosing that I know this fellow. You listening to Jeremy Pia. We know what we're supposed to do. We're not disclose everything here. My people, this brother's life, including his family life, is at risk. And if nobody will run with this story, we will continue to run with this story. And thank God that we are here. We will contact other people and send this clip over to them so that we can elevate this. No Liberian should be threatened because of either their political affiliation or information that they disclose to the public. No Liberian deserve that. This was the same way they get rid of Joshua. You remember the story of Joshua? Let me tell you something, my people. For some of us who are from a very, very, security-minded background, we don't overlook these things when people say it. No. We believe in, look, there are details in just, hello, I am going, I am coming. You will see what happens. You don't play with it. And especially here in the United States, where by the grace of God, America have added to our knowledge in becoming critical. Don't overlook these things. This is the official voice of the government speaking, that they know what they will do. We know what this government is capable of doing. Look at, for example, what happened to Joshua. The videos are here. Let's answer this. Let me just switch over. Let's switch over so we can answer this. Let me bring him live on the platform. Just bear with me, my people. Let's play the magic here so that we can bring our brother Eric live. But this is serious. Why we are doing this behind the scene? This is very serious, my people. This is very, very serious. All right. So fellow Liberians, if you are hearing us, you can just inform us that here you are hearing. Hello, Eric. All right. Let me just see if the public are getting us from this. I try to employ another means here. Let me see. Just give me a second. Let me see. Fellow Liberian, are you hearing our brother Eric? Eric, let's just have a little bit of conversation. You can just, take a minute or so and say something. Let me monitor here from my end. Inform us that here you are hearing. Hello? So what we're going to do, let me bring you on through the phone because It's like this is not, I need to do some kind of thing here. So this is not connected. Let me bring it to you through the phone. Let me see. Let me add to this. Okay, let me see something here. Let me see and add it here and see if this is possible. This should be possible. It should be possible. It should very be possible. But okay, let me just bring you through the phone. Let me call you through the phone. Yeah. Yeah. So oh, somebody say he is very low. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So let's do this through the phone. Let's do it through the phone, fellow Liberian. This is very important for the government now to be threatening people who are reporting stories. This is very concerning. This is alarming. It's something that we must not overlook because look, the people you don't overlook these people. It's not just about Eric, but it's about every one of us. Those of you who are on Facebook, you have your family in Liberia, you have your friends, and you continue to report issue. You continue to be critical on these people who tell you they know you. They know you. They know you. They know family member. So we are going to use this medium. Okay, we think we have it here. Hello, Eric.
Yes, am I better now?
Okay, yeah, you are better. You are better. You are better from the phone. You are better. So we just played the video, and we're listening to the information minister. We're listening to the deputy information minister. And these are people who are connected to the government on that particular platform, where the minister said there's so many methods that they can use to be able to, to get to you. My brother Eric, what is the fear in this entire thing? What are you thinking about? Even though you are not in Liberia, you are, somebody will say, almost 5,000 miles away from Liberia. But what is your fear, really? What is your fear?
Well, there is no safe haven as long as you are alive from any government in the world. They have surrogates all around that could inflict bodily harm on you or could take you down safely. That's one thing we all need to be cognizant of. Uh, if you listen to the Minister of Information, who is the spokesperson of the government, he said they are not going to disclose what they are going to do to me. And all through our school days, we were told that government must be transparent or should be transparent in disseminating information to the public. So if you are claiming that I provide a falsehood, the government position should be that we will sue Eric or we will engage the U.S. government or have him deported. It must be explicit about the methodology that you're going to use to penalize me, quote unquote, for the falsehood that you claim are provided. But still, you are saying you're not going to disclose it to the public, but you have your means. And what are the means available to this government? We have seen that the lawlessness of this government, evidenced by the U.S. State Department report about extrajudicial killing. We have also seen evidence by the U.S. Business Climate Report that talks about the lack of rule of law, corruption, and other issues. So this is a desperate government that has been indicted by the United States of America about extrajudicial killing, about suppression of free speech, about journalist harassment. So when we write our stories and you feel uncomfortable about that, even though there is something called the Abdullah Kamara Act or the KAK Act or how you call it.
Yeah, Abdullah Kamara Act. Yep.
Abdullah Kamara Act, that act provides protection for journalists. But if you want to try that one, the Table Mountain Declaration also protects free speech. We cognizant of the abuse thereof, but if there is an abuse thereof, you must pursue legal process. But the government did not say they will pursue legal process. In fact, the Minister of Information, who represents the government, said that they are not going to disclose to the public the method they're going to use, but they are on top of the game and they're going to get to me. My name was highlighted by Daniel Sando A man that is noted for abusing key opposition leaders, for going after critics viciously, backed by his boss Jeremy Pia, and these guys are the mouthpiece of the government of Liberia. So there's the position of the government of Liberia, and this is not something that I take lightly. Many times when you take these things lightly, at the end of the day, not too many months can pass. People start saying rest in peace. And people say, oh, yeah, oh, why he did not say it. So I'm just saying it. So that tomorrow when anything happened to me, please remember, I told you when the then deputy for the DEA went to that Mika and said there were elements in the government, high position who were trading and transporting and trafficking drugs. I said that man will be arrested. That man will be dismissed, and he has to watch out for his life. It didn't pass 2 weeks, he was dismissed. Wasn't he?
He was. In fact, it was after 2 days when we had that particular clip. After 2 days,
exactly.
immediately after. Yeah.
Yeah. I said it on your platform. I understand the pattern of a dictatorial government, what they do to get our critics. Don't quote me. Quote the U.S. State Department Human Rights Report of 2024, a very damaging report. But let's ignore the U.S. State Department report. Let's say they are in America, they're not on the ground. The very independent Human Rights Commission in Liberia issued a very damaging report about the same extrajudicial killing, suppression of free speech, and all these kinds of things. Political opponents, opposition candidates in jail, all these things were highlighted. So I can't say, oh, I'm part of the Richard government. I'm not. This government came to America, just spent millions of United States dollars. They have the informants. I use cell phone. People can track me. Okay? So I don't have a personal security. So anyone could get at me. But I would be glad if they can get at me and not to harm my family. So that is why we're saying these things. Because this is not the first. I told you, Patrick Sulu openly threatening to have the Interpol and whatever, including the U.S. government, to have me return to Liberia on a quote-unquote extradition act, which we have never seen any Liberian extradited to Liberia for
not Patrick Sulu, but how you call him?
Even Charles Taylor, who they claim stole almost $1 million from the blue government, the American government did not grant them that power to extradite him to Liberia until he broke jail. So I might be the first person, but I don't fear that.
But Daniel
I'm
Sando
just
instead of
concerned.
as Daniel Sando.
Yeah, so I'm just concerned about the safety of and if you go back to the U.S. State Department report, one thing they said there are some journalists in Liberia, if not more, who are practicing self-censorship because of fear of the government of Liberia.
Sure.
So there are people who should be reporting critical stories, will not report these stories on the basis of they don't want to go to court, they don't want to be harmed, they don't want their families to be harmed.
Sure. So as someone who has experienced this, especially government brutality, based on your opinion, based on your view, you are a living victim of experiencing a brutality, especially in the hands of the Unity Party. You are a living witness. Your picture is up there, how you have been brutalized, under the same Unity Party government, and now that you are 1,000 miles away from, Liberia, and you are thinking about your family. Are there other people that you have contacted based on this hardcore evidence where you have government official, that have the resources, that have the connection? Are there other people that you have contacted since this incident happened, that you highlight, your family? Because you have families, you have friends, you have other people that they can get to, other people that they can harm in order to get to you. Have you contacted any international organization or do any, rating communication out there?
I've communicated with my lawyer concerning this. I've sent all the pieces of information because I would appreciate with the government to take me to court. That's the best thing to do, but I wouldn't appreciate any unorthodox means as implied by the Minister of Information. But if they were to take me to court, that would give me my time in court, right? If I'm trial on American soil, or if I'm sent back to Liberia, but I need a fair trial. Do we have fair trial in Liberia? No. So I've spoken to my lawyer. I've spoken to other key individuals that I will not name for security reasons before people reach out to them. But I can say I've spoken to my lawyers and other key people, and I'm also informing the Liberian people through media outlets, including you and other people. That's what I would say for now, but I will not be specific to say where exactly or who exactly I've spoken with or spoken to about my situation.
Well, my brother Eric, first of all, I want to say thank you for taking the time off to really, come on the platform and be able to disclose this. I think, I feel the pain that you are going through right now because almost everything that you have labored for, continue to work for, is back home. It's in Liberia. It is sad, but that is the reality. I mean, you have family there, you have people that are very dear to your heart that you cherish so much, and they are there, and seeing the government opening, especially government operative opening, threatening you openly on a platform. They have the money, the resources. We are with you in prayers, and we are going to work behind the scene with other let's say human rights people here to see how best we can be able to highlight this. But this is very serious. But again, thank you for taking up the time in this time of one would say a very tough situation where you confused and perplexed and thinking about loved one back home. Now that the government openly threatening you, we are with you in prayer, and we'll work behind the scene to ensure that this.
But let me say, sorry, Prince. Let me
Yeah,
say
go
before
ahead.
you take leave of me,
Yes, sir.
that based on the report that the diaspora light did, do you know that today it took the government of today to recognize it shamefully or to retract the initial position by recognizing the election in Cameroon? Today, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a statement on the page. I will send it to you. The quote unquote, they said they recognize an election that the city, not even the city, the country of Cameroon is on fire. Out of shame because Paul Biya has called them and warned them about their position. So now they flip flop. So they issue a statement saying, oh no, they recognize Paul Biya, the election was free, fair, and transparent, all the kind of crap they wrote. A country that is on fire, an election that was rigged, which was the initial position, which I support, and I highlighted it for them. But because of the international backlash that they do not want, they are walking away from it. And today they're saying, it was just today the election of Cameroon happened like 2 weeks ago.
Sure.
More than 5 days ago, the election results were announced. Why did they wait for today? After the position statement against me before they come and say they recognize Paul Biya. What does that tell you? Don't we have an ambassador or even a consular general in Cameroon that will feed them with information and say this is election activity? Because these are normal diplomatic practices. When an election is held in a country, countries that have representatives there, ambassador, whatever, those countries will commend, will congratulate the president elect. They never did it until today. So you can understand the dilemma that is at play here, the double standard that is at play here. So this is a serious situation. I don't take it lightly. I'm a victim of political brutality. I still carry not only the scars, but I carry the trauma. I carry even the physical pain. There are times in the day, especially during summer in America here, I feel like a sharp pain on my head. I feel that. So I don't take things lightly when I'm being threatened by not just ordinary people, but by representative of government who speaks for the government of Liberia. So thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate you, and I'm always available if you need me.
Thank you so
much. And I
much.
also want to say thank you to the female that is in studio. I've been following her. She's so articulate, She's passionate about her country way forward, and we need more women to rise up to the occasion like her, and express themselves and help to redeem our country. Our country is collapsing. It's collapsing, and we need patriots like her and other people to stand up, especially people like you who are providing the opportunity for people of voices to be heard. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable Eric Pevit. Thank you so much. Fellow Liberians, this is the voice of Eric. You know why I am highlighting this thing, and you know why I will not rest on it? Those of you that are listening to me right now, the threat against Eric is not just against him as an individual, it's against you and myself. Every day we post on Facebook, we have critical views, we expose ills in the society. Do you know how many of these people are watching our Facebook pages around here? Do you know how many of these people that the government have sent and the government have just assigned to ensure that they check what we are doing? I'm a security man. I know what I'm talking about. I know what this government is capable of doing. This is not just to Eric. The threat is not just against Eric. It's against every one of us. And I want to play this again. I want you to listen to the minister. So don't we have the right now to disagree? Don't we have the right to be able to report what is happening? Don't we? For Jerry Limepia, the minister, to come up and tell us that they get all of that mean they know what they will do, they know how they will do it. We know the Unity Party what they are capable of doing. We don't overlook these people's threat against Liberians. I will play this again for the second time. It's very, very important, fellow Liberians, that you hear. This is not, like I said earlier, it's not just against Eric. It's against every one of us. These people are watching us. Like we can always say we know that they are watching us from the very beginning. They are watching us. Somebody have this, the people have this saying. When your neighbor house is on fire, you sit down and fold your arms and think that, oh yeah, it's okay. And you cut that fire off, you will be the next victim. And this that is happening, it could be me. I am every time our faces are all over this place. Since 2015, we've been here. 2015, 2015, we've been out here. Who knows what these people are planning? Who knows what they are capable of doing? And yes, they have the money. They have the resources. These people are reporting our pages almost all of the time. Let me play this again.
What
There's a
I
need for
want
us
to
to play
say in
this.
addition before we
Yes, sir.
Listen to this.
So the naysayers are not happy and they're doing everything to portray the country in a very bad way.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a publication making some attributions to the Liberian government that we have condemned the election process in Cameroon, and we have called on the African Union and other blocs not to grant recognition to the new government, blah, 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 blah. It's spread like wildfire. So we had to work today with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we subsequently issued a statement, clarifying that no such stuff has taken place, and that whatever has been put out does not come from government is erroneous. At least for the record's sake, it was important for us to do that because those kinds of misinformation, if you don't quickly deal with them, they can cause some problem. But it tells you the extent to which people get angry when they hear good news and they try to counter it by crazy negativity that are non-existent, basically.
So before you play the video, I just want to ask Minister Pierre something.
This is Daniel
Okay.
Sando.
Minister, to this fictitious statement that compelled the government to provide clarity today. This is not the first time that identical diaspora elect has published fictitious and misleading story. The other day when the CDC, when mobile model plane the protest, by 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning, that people have circulated something on social media in the name of the LMP. The LMP was constrained to clarify. So this is not the first time. The person who runs that blog is a sedition. He's one Eric Pelvis. So I think it needs to be called by the authority.
Yeah, that should be a crime, especially if he's posting it.
Yeah,
as
it
the
needs to be
LMP.
called by the authority and not just to leave it like that.
I want to ask you a question, fellow Liberians. Was Patrick Horner not a member of the Unity Party? You see how intolerant these people are, that when we're telling you this is not against Eric, is every one of us, all of us who are seditions, and we are providing the facts to our people. This is not about Eric. Take Eric from in the picture, but it's about us. It's about all of us. These people are desperate. Listening to Daniel Sando here.
Something
So-
that I try to put the country against another nation should not be taken lightly.
So, as a government, we are very much knowledgeable about things we need to know, except that we'll not come out here and say it. So we know the sources of what our publication represents, and we're doing what we are supposed to do as a government, not in the public glare.
Okay.
I'm not confirming nor denying the name you call, but I'm just saying, as a government, we are fully aware of where it's coming from, and we're doing what is appropriate.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me say,
My people here, they are fully aware where it is coming from, and they are doing what is appropriate. My people, this is horrible. This is terrible. You would think today it is Eric. Oh, that Eric. But it's every one of us. Is it a crime for somebody to even be a sedition and decide that they will be able to report factual information? When did it become a crime? That government official will have to threaten you and even threaten people who are behind you, family members. We know what we will do. We know what we can do, especially with this government that is noted for doing things in an unorthodox manner, that is noted for using all kind of gijigaja thing to get to people. And you think this is something that we must sit to keep quiet about? You think that this is something that we must shut up about? You think that is something we must soon highlight? This brother has his family back home. He has his late property. He has people that are dear to him back home. For the government to come up, this was an official government statement. This was an official government statement. Because the people who made those assertions, they are not just common people. They only men are yet. No. These are people who are clothed with the authority to harm people. They get money. They get the power. If this government can be able to look at, for example, Matthew Mulber, a fellow who was suffering from some mental illness, and they got rid of him. Up to today, nobody is held responsible. Look at King Jaw. They went to King Jaw and massacred our people. Nobody is held responsible. With all of the police brutality and all of the things that are happening, mysterious death all around the place. This is scary. But I want to use this time to welcome my brother, Frank, the Honorable Secretary General elect of CDC USA DMV. How are you, Chief?
I'm doing awesome, Brother Prince. I just got home, matter of fact, and then I saw the text message, the message I was going to be on today because I was at the office because we have a little business going on, and then we have state inspection next month. We're already in next month in November, so we've been kind of busy, arranging paper documentation and things. So, but hopefully we are good. So we're just waiting for the state to come now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My brother, the first issue that we have here that I want to talk about is about the government threatening the life of another Liberian. who reported on his online Facebook publication
Yeah.
about an information that he gathered. And all of us know that we all have sources in government.
Yeah.
Some of these people that we have in government that will call us and say, this is XYZ that is happening. And sometimes we put it out there, some of it we keep it for ourselves. This brother got an information, you listening to him and decided that he will, publish it.
Yeah.
And you have key government officials who are charged with the responsibility of disseminating government policies, program, and etc. Using a government pay platform, their own platform, and saying that they know what they will do. My brother, I want to hear from you. What is going on? What is running through your head? You are somebody too who is also on the media. Let's hear from you, sir, as it relates to this.
The truth of the matter here is, Brother Prince, I will tell you this. This government cannot and will not do anything to Eric. Let me say this first before I even come to the issue of Burkina Faso, because I know the reports about it, no, let's say Cameroon or whatsoever, that whole region. But let me repeat myself again. This government, Joseph Yman Boakai government, cannot and will not do anything to Eric. Look, I just got on and I listened to a piece of the video from Spoon TV or Spoon Network. But Brother Prince, who are these people who sat down there to say this guy, Eric, is on sedition and he's giving false report or narrative about the government, and then they say they do not want to see or hear anything good about Liberia. But we will remind these people, the fight is now. We're waiting for them. Let me say this, Brother Prince. For some of us we're not people do like to boast. But like I always say on this show, I'm in a system, and the people know me in the system, and the people know who I am, because these are people I work with. I have most of these people phone number, these senators, these representatives. We friend on Facebook. Don't see it like that. We friend on Facebook. I can text them anytime. I can call them anytime. But you don't see it on our faces. But like I said, they will not and they can do anything to Eric. Now, let me say this. These were the same people, and we are still waiting for them. They did not say President Josh Manuel Weah was training Burkinabes in Grand Jida County. They did not say President Josh Manuel Weah had Burkinabes in Grand Jida County, that he provided them with arms and ammunition, training them to rig the election. They did not do it. Did they bring evidence? Up to today, now they're in government. Why they can't prosecute President Josh Manuel Weah of training terrorists or rebel as a president in Grand Jida? We're waiting for these people. They don't know we have videos on them. Let them try it. These are the same people that sat down and lied several times and said Jefferson Koji sent people to kill an innocent person in a woman's home that was all sealed up and locked up. And they came to free this woman, and up to today, there's no evidence as to why they free her. These are the people that ran around with false information, false propaganda. They went to Jamaica. They took in fact, in Jamaica. They went on the internet, took an estate from another country, and then said this was the estate Karen Marie Weah was building in Jamaica. But when we found out that estate was not even in Jamaica, those buildings was not even in Jamaica, was in a different country. What these people know about breaking tangible information? What these people know about patriotism? What these people know about nationalism? What these people note about bringing factual information. When they sit down there, they speak out lies upon lies to get to power. You know the Bible always says, the sword that you use to kill another person, that same sword will be used against you. One who led into captivity shall go into captivity. One who killed by the sword shall be killed by the sword. The same way they lied, they came to power. The same way they tarnished the government and they came to power. The same way they used propaganda and they came to power. Oh, they are afraid that no one should use that same means. They are afraid that no one should speak against them. We did not say you brought terrorists or you supported rebel or you have rebel in Lofa County, training them to raid 2029 election. We're not saying those things. Somebody wrote a piece. Somebody wrote a piece and you just shake it. What these people know about propaganda, they see nothing. And you know what? They will be putting themselves in deep hole more. They will be putting themselves in an area that they cannot handle, according to one of their so-called minister who so that work in the government. Don't put me in a situation that I cannot handle. And they say they get connections. Let them go after Eric. Let them go after Eric. We wait for them to go after Eric. You know what?
But to just come in with this question while you are going on, one would say it is true that maybe one would say Eric is far away from them or he's here in the US. But what's about his family? What's about people that are dear to him? His relations, his property, and etc. What become of it? How do you respond to that?
Brother Prince.
Yes, sir.
This government is a government that is noted. You know, something that will bring you down. They say Goliath was strong, right? Goliath was strong, but it was one stone or rock that was sent and it bring down Goliath. You know, no man is powerful at all times. There are certain people you don't just go against. They may not be nobody, you might see them to be nobody. Like I said, they say Goliath in the Bible that they know, or Bible story, that he was one of the strongest men, but it took one man with one rock, one shot to bring Goliath down. We cannot tell this government, don't do what you want to do, because it's a government that is known to be arrogant. It is a government that is known to be destructive. It is a government that is known, a government that do not care for its citizens, a government that have no directions. And a government that have no direction, they go to every directions because they are not focused, they are not setting, they do things according to their feelings, to their emotion. They don't care. What they know about reporting or journalism, what they know about piece of writing. Brother Prince, I cannot stop this government from going against Eric or Eric family. But you know what? All we can tell them, let them go ahead to do what they think they want to do. Right now, I will tell you, at this point, the family of Eric in Liberia is in their hand. Let them go ahead, or if anything happens to that family, that's the time they will see reaction. And the reaction they will see, it will not be something to say. Let me say this. You know, one of the things that I heard, an intel that I got, do you know the reason why this government have been so drastic and they don't care and they've been doing what they are doing to Liberian people, air treating them, shooting them? They are doing it to put fear in Liberia. I mean, in Liberian. So that when they're doing these things, people will not react. Because people will be afraid, people will see that all these things that they have done and there have been no actions and nobody want to go, and die again. So they know exactly what they are doing. There's an intel that I got. And this person clearly said, 2029, y'all will win the election. But guess what will happen? Y'all will come out again to say, for peace sake, let's leave it. Let them take it. You know why they said that? And I'm telling you an information that I got. You know why they said that or why they're saying that? Because they feel that that is our weak point. They feel that only us love Liberia. They feel that only us know about Liberia and not them. And that's what they said. Y'all will win the election 2029. But y'all will say, for peace sake. And we will come there again and rule y'all for peace sake. But that day, I told that person, watch and see if we will say peace sake. This time around, there is no peace sake.
Thank you so much, my brother Frank. Thank you. My brother Jake, I'm very sure you've been following.
Yeah.
This is concerning, this is serious. To have government officials that are supposed to be disseminating government information. People who can tell the president what is happening on a daily basis. We heard them on the show threatening another Liberian who reported on news. And these were the very same people yesterday. They are on record of sitting on Spoon and all the different platforms, lying that, oh, this is happening, that is happening. But today, they are not threatening another Liberian that they will do something unorthodox to him. My brother, let's hear from you on this issue.
Yeah. To the followers, you have to share the video. Salute to you, brother Frank. And salute the CEO. Let me go into this. I will go into this raw. Let me tell you why they are afraid now. The president finished. Let me tell you something today. The former president finished taking out like posture of peace. He finished taking the order. Why he said, now, as we proceed, is fire for fire. Not that days again. Not that days again. Where they will bully people, they lie, they spread gibberish propaganda. It's on. Prince, I told you something here. I say, I always repeating it. But I will come soon now on national radio. When I explain it, maybe they too will call my name in the country too to say they will hunt me, they will kill me, whatsoever. As my brother Frank said, the only thing I would tell Eric, because if you look at that whole video, where they were, first of all, they got definitely implicating themselves. Thank God the video circulating, everybody keep that video. They will not forget to know. Listen to them. Let's see if they're hearing this video. Their own parents, their own family, their own children in America. The Jeremiah Pia, all of them, the Samuel Johnson, all of them, most of them on that platform. The parents, their children are in Morovia. They also they live in America. Some of them in Europe. I know that government official, where family in America, we're in Europe also. Every will find an address to. The only thing Eric need to do, take that video, pre-say something. Eric, friend, you said something. Eric will not take it for a joke. These are coming from government's people. Listen, I told you people that government not tolerate. You see, you got a mail red statement or whatsoever. In the corridor of the opposition during that time, they were spreading all the gibberish, the lie, the propaganda, the Jackie Appiah story, the $16 billion barely condominium, what they never said for the former president. A family, everything come everywhere. Avatobane all writing book concerning all these things. They was in the corridor. But let me tell you today, I send message to you. They get up online channel they call Punch TV. It's a propaganda channel online deceiving Liberian people. They deceiving Liberian people, lying to the Liberian people, telling their story about the country. They get car reloaded, where they spraying a lot of gibberish. They get different colors in a corner, but they won't silence the opposition. They won't silence critical voices. It's not happening. The only thing I will tell Eric, compile that video quick. You live in America, take it to Marco Rubio, take it. Eric and his group, they can lead protests alone, because I know the men are ruling the country now. The men are ruling America. They need to bring awareness on them now. Awareness on them. They will not take it for a joke. They can pay anybody to harm anybody. He can watch his back, watch his surrounding. If I've ever said, our friends say, anything happen to every family, they implicated a video they made. They threatened another brother because he see a video critical of them. They were in the corridor spraying loud. They had a propaganda machinery. All of them, we know them. The Patrick Honan, the Jeremiah Pia, the Henry Costa, the George Lobo. They were all in the corridor in the United States until McCarthy made statement. The former ambassador McCarthy made a statement. You're in your comfort of your home spraying lies. This thing we're talking about lies. No, that the reality, because we're not in opposition to come to power. He already ruled the country. We're comparing everything now. We're comparing the present year now to Georgia 6 year. All the lies and the spraying all around the world. We're digging it outside the brigade to cut it out to the Liberian people. We're relaying it to the Liberian people. Are you people better or not than the sister of George we are? They're not winning the propaganda war anymore. Please imagine 2027 can hear thousands of CDC will be on social media. Thousands. That would be one of the listen. They're just waiting in the that's the party headquarters be built. That's the party headquarters be built. If the Queen, I say something to you, 2029, it either make Liberia or break Liberia. The way the people starting now, you can see them panicking from all angles. The clock is ticking. 20 followers. I told you there will be not. It is the CDC gather with all the opposition group, and they fought and they rally for that battle because the people will never relinquish power. You see them not gibbering. You see them shaking all in ourselves. Just statement. All of them panicking. They won't wish on the man. They won't do all kind of thing now. They shouldn't put fear in nobody. We know where that family, we will dust all of their family too. We will dust it. We will find that children address. We will find you kill anybody. You say you're not survive. So we shouldn't be, nobody will be afraid. Nobody, they get captured journalists in the country. They say what they can want them, what they can wish on them. What they can wish on them. What they signal on the Eric. What they signal on the Eric. Everybody, they have their radio station too. They get free lowland. They get this. People on spoon talk. So that how the country will look like? Jeremiah Piane joking or what? They joking? They joking to ruin that country because somebody expressing that said. So please, Eric shouldn't take it for a joke. Let him do a himself protest to the State Department. March with Marco Rubio or screen. The thing is very easy. We get all their video down to Darius Dillon, how they will drag the press. We get thousands of video on these guys. So we packaging it, we get it. So Eric can use all that evidence to Eric shouldn't take it for a joke. He should find an American lawyer now. I was speaking here. He shouldn't take it. Princess Sonny, they get money, they get all the influence now, they get the funders, they get everything. And Frank, we shouldn't overlook it. Don't say they will not do nothing. We got to get your precaution. You find your lawyer, you relay these things. Say, go to the State Department. He will meet people. That impossible. He will meet them. Get lawyers. He might not joke. America, especially your country, very dangerous. Gone all over the country, you all know that one. They can pay somebody peanuts to just eliminate somebody. You know the country you're living in. You're not like Europe here, where no going here to us. No, it's different. It's a different ball game. So every should watch it back. Every should watch it back. And every other than that on that particular clip, every more find out where the parents, where the own children in a family living in America too. Every month be vigilant first, but you must find out. With that, then our society, 6 years ago, George, we had, they were seeing all in West. They were even late. They were even in the country seeing all these things. Nobody battled them, nobody lost, nobody threatened them. Why they must threaten? Why they must be threatening now? Why they must threaten other people?
Thank
We
you.
cannot have it. That we cannot have it. That why I say, King of the president, the former president said, now fire for fire. Everybody will stay. Since they broke the CDC headquarters, since that mistake, what CDC were in the corner, what that washing going forward, it will never happen again. And Prince, you one of the Prince, you also you one of the target too. You one of the big target too. Because when you learn how protest against a vice president in America, you own his list too. So you got to be very careful too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. But my brother Frank, I know you've been following this of recent, and I want you to have your take on it. The United States government has extended the visa duration for Liberians for B1 and B2 from 12 months to 36 months. When that particular announcement was made, from video that we've gathered, somebody from here, I mean from the US here, called back and informed the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Madam Sarah Beslo Nyanti, that, oh, this is what is happening, X, Y, and Z. And from the information, we saw that she was on the phone trying to, disclose or trying to authenticate the information. And when it was disclosed, people, sorry, plenty thing going on here. Sorry. You're sorry, my people. Yeah. So, but I want to play this video. I want to play this video of the foreign minister getting this news and her posture, her position, where the president was, and the minister of foreign affairs. So I'm going to play this video.
When they putting people money. Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank God. At this time,
Wow.
I'll be telling everybody that.
When they putting people money. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
My heart.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Thank you very much for coordinating all of this. Oh, yes, sir.
My brother Eric, you are seeing this particular video with the president, the minister of state, and also the foreign affairs minister. What is your own take on this? 36 months, government call for holiday, doing all kind of promiscuous activity. In fact, they turn the whole executive mansion office into, how you call it, in strip club and what have you. Let's hear from you, sir.
Brother Prince, you see, from this video, right, I'm going to get into a little bit detail, but from this video, you can tell that Liberia does not have a government. Just from the video, you can tell Liberia does not have a president. We do not have a government. We do not have a system. I mean, let's just put this way in the first place. Let's say an important news, an important things for Liberia. When someone escort from the United States to inform the president, I mean, the person that called from the US, right? The person was not or is not an American government official. This was not a letter. This was not a letter sent by the United States Department. No. It was not a call made by the US. Not letter. No. Or by the United States Embassy. No. This was a Liberian man. Whosoever that Liberian man that did according, we don't know. And then listen, I will detail this. Took the call to the so-called president. Unknowing to him, he don't even know. He don't even know what was going on. And then his statement was, or is, wow, that was so fast. Now, what make it fast? What went behind the scene? What did these people do that the president was not even expecting such things to happen, and it happened? What deal did they make? Now, did they sell our nation? Did they sell our resources? Or was part of the deal that they made to carry a notorious United States criminal to Liberia? Was that part of the deal to agree to carry a notorious United States criminal to Liberia? And that's what made them to speed out this process, because the United States have to agree to her on the bargaining, because Liberia, let's say quote unquote, have agreed to receive a notorious United States criminal to Liberia. So henceforth, the United States have to do her part. Now, listen to this, folks. Listen to this. Liberian, you have 1 year visa entry, so to speak. To even receive that visa was a war. And now you have multiple entries, or 3 years. That means you can go and come back and go and come back. 1 year, you couldn't receive it. It was tough. Then 3 years, you think it's going to be that easy, or you think it's even for you, and you rejoicing? Are you rejoicing for Borkite, his children, his family? Because in our Borkite family, or those minister family, can go to the embassy and just call whosoever name, and it will be given to them, and they will come. Do you have 20, 30,000 in your account that you can give to the United States government to prove that when you come, you will not stay in your country? Do you have 10, 15,000 that when I go, this is the money that I'm going to spend in the American economy before I come back to Liberia? Do you have it? Do you have business that you can show to the United States government to tell them, listen, I'm not going to stay in your country. I don't want to stay in your country. I'm a business personnel. Look at my business and look at my income. Do you have it to show it to the American government to believe that when you come, you will not stay in your country, you will go back? Do you have it? 1 year, you couldn't come. You don't have it. And you are rejoicing over the saucer of Boka, over the saucer of their minister, over the saucer of their cabinet. The woman that was dancing in her office, that dancing she was doing was not for you. It was for her, her children, her family, her relative. The woman that was dancing. The man that was shouting and said, oh, wow, this came fast. It was for that man. because it came fast for their children. It's not for you, common Liberian, because that is not going to put food on your table. That is not going to send your children to school. That is not going to send your children to college, university, to vocational institution. It's not going to do it. Does the government have funds to send you out of the country or to the US to go to school? They don't have it. These are the things, these are the policies they need to put in place. If the United States are going to come and say, you know what, listen, we are going to grant Liberian visa to come to the US to learn to become scientists, doctors, engineers, and we will sponsor it so that they will go back to your country, to their country, to build their country, so that they will go and improve their country, so that they cannot depend on the United States. We will be rejoicing because that offer was for the common people. That offer was for the citizens. We will be rejoicing and telling this government, bravo, but not an offer that the Liberians will not benefit, because at the end of the day, Liberia will still remain either the fourth or the fifth poorest country in the world. It will not improve our economy. It will not bring job. In fact, it is the American people, the American business, the American economy that will benefit from Liberia, because Liberian, those government officials, right, they will take their money and come and spend it into the American economy. And on the other hand, what will happen? Americans will travel to Liberia at any time they want to, and they will never be denied. 100 of them will go to the embassy, and 100 visa will be given to them, and they will go in and out of that country without any strings attached. So what is that for Liberia to benefit when America will be fluctuating or proliferating in Liberia? But if 100 Liberians go to the embassy, out of that 100, maybe 2 or only 1 will get a visa. Is that something to rejoice on? Look, folks, let me tell you this. The rejoicing you are rejoicing, there have been some deeds that have gone on. Number 1, that American notorious criminal that your government accepted to come to Liberia is part of the deal. You don't have security system. Do you know who is coming to that country? When the country to whom this man is coming from deny this man, and the United States that is so sophisticated do not want to keep this man, and you allow this man to come to your country, can you maintain this man when the United States cannot maintain him? Do you able to maintain this man? And not only that, Brother Prince, this man is part of a notorious gang law, right? Let me tell you this. The moment the court, the gang group to which this man is part of, if they know that Liberia that have hosted this man, or this man is in Liberia, what do you think going to happen, Brother Prince? These people are going to come because, first of all, this man did not want to go to Africa. This man, I read a report, this man wanted to go to, how they call it, Costa Rica. Now, Costa Rica, this man told the United States government that he wanted to go, but why the United States government did not agree? Because Costa Rica is right in the backyard of the United States, because Costa Rica is part of the United States, or Puerto Rico also. That's why the man said he want to go. The United States government said no, because this man is still close to us. And they sent him to Liberia where he don't want to go. What do you think going to happen? You're going to see gang upon gang in Liberia. And Liberia is not safe. Liberia will not be safe if it's not safe. And America will not come for you because it's a bargaining that you agree, and America finished doing her part and you are doing your part. And you put Liberian people. You put Liberian people in that kind of situation. You have drugs. You cannot even control the proliferation of drugs. You cannot control it, the proliferation of drugs. And you carry your Boston in your country, and you think you are doing the right thing. This government, I don't know where we are heading to.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much on that. My brother Jake, I know you talk about that today, and
Yeah, let me come in small. I think
yes, sir.
we talked about able. I put my pieces together.
Go ahead.
Let me say something. You said with Lucky. Prince, I told Liberia some of our that who were out of the fence before during the CDC 6 years when they was spreading that lie, that gibberish, that falsehood, that propaganda. But now we're in the fence now. We're in the fence. We dig beyond everything. We discuss it today. Let me get CDC assignment. All the followers on the platform, you share this video. If I'm making sense, you might not come by here. Prince, I check. Prince, when I tell you I'm a fan of Donald J. Trump, it's not a joke. I'm a black conservative, I'm a Republican. People will be asking me, why black men? I'm my own affiliation. I like a policy. Prince, there is a question about the Liberian people. There is the assignment. We can't deep beyond it. Prince, you remember the scene for farmer. And they talk about yellow machine. And they spread a lot. Prince, let me ask you a question before I go in. I go to the State Department website. Listen, no. I go to Marco Rubio website. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing here concerning 3 years, 5 years. I ask all the followers here, the CDC people, anything the people drinking, they follow last. Print. The people took picture with, they take picture, they show Elon Musk was talking to Joseph Walker, all that thing. After the show today, I catch myself. I said, well, why we running with this story? They seen telephone call came before. Joseph Walker having telephone call about Elon Musk. Somebody just call from the States or whatsoever, they so just pick up phone, they say visa. But that dig deeper. Please, the American ambassador in Monrovia, he ever made any statement on the American website? American embassy website?
It's not even on
American
the
website?
website. No, it's not on the
Listen,
website.
please, these people are saying I here now. I'm a whistleblower. I get the best intel in the world. But people can know why. Jerry, you know, we talking anything here. I will never disclose. Even if Paul gone to my neck, I will never disclose my source because I know what I'm talking. I live in Europe. Please, no statement from the American embassy. That kind of huge statement.
No.
You go to the State Department, we're responsible for foreign affairs, the other thing. Marco Rubio, the meeting tap people. Recently, Marco Rubio were in. Trump just left on the EPIS summit. The Asian summit, where he meet Xi Jinping, where he meet the Chinese leader for them to discuss about trade, the fentanyl, where he secured trillions of dollars deal. He was in Malaysia, all this place. Marco Rubio. I see nothing on the website concerning that. All the news that it will be on the State Department website.
But somebody
The American ambassador will call the foreign minister while dancing in this video. Follow us. If I'm making sense, you're talking here. You're on the last feed now. You share this video. Let every sedition start to judge the thing here now. Because the lie on the yellow machine, that were coming, that scene get brought the news. Everybody for the yellow machine. The lie with the bosses in Ghana. Nobody, they just brought a few bosses. So please, if this makes sense to the followers, we're not superior anymore. Well, you know what the propaganda in Africa, you know what they won that propaganda war against CDC because nobody was fact checking Henry Costa there. Nobody was digging beyond them. So now they say that thing straight, everybody with that bad story. Please, the video where the president made with the secretary, with the foreign minister, and they made that video before he proceed to France for the peace conference. They made that video. So listen, probably this will be a distraction. Listen, I'm not stupid yet. It could be real, but let me check deeper. They're going to George that territory, Macron, where they will not get no benefit, nothing will come because why Macron in bed with the president. The bringing of the capital, the bringing of the CDC headquarters, which hunting your opposition leader, Macron hear everything. The reality, I'm telling you now, Macron hear it. Macron hear everything. The men are in love. He told 10 million out. Then they brought out video to distract the whole country concerning the tripping. Prince, if I'm making sense, follower, your judge this video here. Your judge anything I'm saying here. We don't preach propaganda here. We're making sense because
when the video was
so
made,
they went to France. Why would not hear about France? Why the country not talking about the France trip too much? But everybody focus on the particular visa, the visa story. Marco Rubio, they in this statement, the ambassador that accredited to Liberia from America that made no statement. You go to that website, you go to the State Department website. I went to the Whitehall website. The Whitehall website. I follow Caroline Levy, the press secretary of the warehouse. Did they have did they have meet? Other than what it was, nothing coming up on the podium. Now everybody there rejoicing on this video, on this thing here. What the statement, what the people where they get, what the people that are shoot to journalists in the country. What they are proving to the journalists in the country that they want the thing that come from the State Department. The best of that who the person I call her. Probably it could be one of our stoosh in Europe. It can be one of our stoosh in America to cajole Liberian people because we have seen the same story played before with the yellow machine with other stories in the country.
But that's what you can.
This is what I'm saying to the followers here tonight. You do your own farming. You go to all the various websites because everybody can get anything they want to get now. Let's see. It are real, they will come, then I say, it not they will pull, they mean we gotta pull hole in all our lies and propaganda because they diverting everything. The whole country talking about visa. They even sending journalists all in the market. They're distracting people from the real issue, the bread and butter issue of the country. Having heavy inflation, no job in the country, no money coming in the country, civil servants not being paid, University of Liberia closed. Twins, so I left that show. I was on the computer all day. So I'm seeing nothing yet until they prove it. So that while I'm signing all the followers on the platform now, you share this video. Then go to all the top journalists in Monrovia. Then go to them, you're seeing it in inbox. Then they check deeper. Let's see it. In a reality, yes, they will confirm it. But I'm buying the story right now.
Give me 1 minute, so. And Liberian, right? What we are saying here. We are not saying some of these things because maybe you think, oh, these are just a bunch of fool or bunch of people sitting down there. Some of us, we had an opportunity to work in this country. So when it comes to diplomatic level and how these things work, we understand and we know how such communication need to be done. So the way in which this communication was done, the call was not even from the American ambassador in Liberia to the president of the Republic of Liberia. The call was never made on the president's phone. And like we said, there was no statement coming in, nothing like that. No paper, no writing, nothing. But a call that was made, and at the back of the phone, you can hear the Liberian guy that made a call from the U.S. to I don't know, the minister. You can hear the Liberian guy talking at the back. And then the president.
I think Frank will be read to that. Why they post that video to distract everybody?
Yes. And let me say,
Prince, in a diplomatic setting, it's not a normal procedure. It's not a normal procedure right there. So, Prince, you can come in and you can come in. That my part of statement, I say, I get the assignment to the Liberian people.
And let me just add this before Prince coming. Maybe I may not get a chance to talk about it. And you see, they are president. I don't want to say our president. For they want me, I better say he's not my president. Their president is in France. And
it's all our president on it.
No, come on now. They are posting picture of him and Macron. Look, you see these people, right? How ignorant and naive these people are. Macron is a president. And Macron knows Boakai is a president. And Macron have to receive Boakai the same way he's receiving other president or other head of state that are in France. Of course, he's not going to say, oh no, I'm not going to receive you. You did this, you did this. No, that man's a diplomat. That man's a president. He know what he's doing. So are you posting picture? Oh, Macron and the president, they're sporting those things. Let me tell you this.
Now we're not importing.
People get fasting. So Joseph,
They're not importing.
your
Let Prince
president,
come in. When you hear what Prince will say.
the Prince coming, man, because these people posting picture that
Yeah,
picture.
Prince. Let me hear what you will say.
Yeah.
Yes. What your take?
No,
What your take?
yeah, with the issue that you just raised, makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because you are dealing with a group of people who will lie on everything to get their way through. Look, there is one thing I can say here. The Unity Party understand the mind of the Liberian people. That
Yes.
I will not take from them. These people have been, look, for somebody to be around for 40 plus years in the body politics of Liberia means a lot. It means a lot. These people, whether you like it or not, they are not just coming today or yesterday. They've been there. They have been part of some of the most tyrannic regimes around. Some of them have been part of the most. Talk about regime around. They understand the Liberian people. Look, the only thing is that we must say to each and every one of us, we are thinking ahead these days.
Mm-hmm.
But these people understand that Liberians, we are not very good, a very vast majority of us, we are not very, very good at checkmating or trying to dig behind information. Liberian, the majority of us, we are people who, as soon as they say we run with it. That's true. We go before you go low, we say, oh boy, not true. And we can give so many instances. So many instances.
But how they came to power? That how they came to power?
They see Unity Party. They see Unity Party. They told us that President Weah had in his bag 3 kidney that he was passing around with.
Mm-hmm.
3 that he was passing around with. They see Unity Party people. They told us that they lied against President Weah. But the Liberian people did not checkmate him, and they went with that lie. There is a video of a sister called Martina who said, "We lie to you, the Liberian people.
Mm-hmm.
You not believe it." Martina video right here. She read saying. So I do agree with you because there are so many instances that these people have lied to the Liberian people, and we are not even seeing anything happening. Nothing we saw happening. Absolutely nothing is happening. When they lie, we just allow them to slide. When they lie, we allow them to nobody to checkmate them, nobody to adequately kind of, I don't know, but for some reason, investigative journalism in Liberia, to some extent, is scarce. It's scarce. I'm not saying we don't have those journalists there, but to some extent, it's scarce because it requires time, requires resources, it even requires your life, so to speak. Investigative journalism is very, very, very deep because it's almost like you trying to dig behind what this person is saying to authenticate it. So I will now want to ignore the information that you just gave. Yes, on the on the United States Department near Monrovia Embassy website, you are not seeing it there. It is not there. We are hearing this from somebody who called a Liberian who called and say, oh, maybe one of their lobbyists call and say, oh, they extend the time. Maybe. So these are things that we need to look at. But again,
What are lobbyists name? What are lobbyists name? Is he a Democrat or he's a Republican?
No. I don't know his name. I don't know whether he's a Democrat or
Let's find out a
Republican.
lobbyist name. Let's
One
find
try
out a
to avoid
lobbyist
the
name.
Republican. Yeah, one try to avoid the Republican and Democrat thing. Let's just leave it there.
No, I said I just want a lobbyist name. I just want his name.
But I don't.
If you find it a name or give it to me.
Yeah, we'll try to get it.
It was Liberian that called in Liberia. It was not even an American that called. It was a Liberian guy that called.
Yeah, a Liberian. So definitely a Liberian call. So when you listen to this, you will see that there is like you said, yeah, it was a Liberian guy that called. This particular guy called. Let me play this video again for us to hear it. It's like he was talking just that but I ain't even aware of it.
No.
In other words, They all of them appear surprised. I mean, the
But wait,
minister
Prince,
of
in
foreign
a
affairs appear
diplomatic
surprised.
setting, Prince, and I'm not cutting you off, but in a diplomatic setting, what another diplomat would not call our foreign minister, but a just a guy will call the foreign minister? It's fiction. Now, I say everybody must check here, everybody must
I
fact
agree.
check.
Let's play this video again. You are right. Raising so genuine. Let's look Liberian. Let's be critical here. So it means even the first herself. It's not even, she's not even aware. Do you even know that this thing was happening? Even the president himself, he was shocked.
Yeah.
He said at this time. So let's listen to this
Yeah.
video, right? Let's look at this video from a critical, more, advanced standpoint. Let's watch this again.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank God. At this time,
Wow.
and they tell
Yes.
thank you.
Wow.
Thank God.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank God. At this time,
Wow.
and they're telling everybody that
When they're putting people.
It's like this guy sitting down somewhere and choose to call. And they took this thing and gave it to Joseph Numa Boyka. Sarah Vesper Nyanti is a crook, and I will say it here. There's a woman who collected Liberian money and said they were going to give them scholarship. What became of that particular information or that scholarship? We haven't heard. We have not seen it. This was the same woman that brought phone to Joseph Numa Boyka. Say Elon Musk want to talk to you. Up to today, we are yet to hear what is happening in Liberia with Joseph Numa Boyka and Elon Musk. There is something about this, fellow Liberians, that we need to take a back seat and think about. When you are dealing with crooks,
Let me ask you, Prince. Let me ask you quick because you get sources on the ground. Garcia is in the country west as we're speaking now. Garcia, the El Salvador. Is he in the country west as we speak?
Not yet. I think November 1st.
Prince,
No,
Prince, let Prince go ahead. I just ask my question. Let Prince lay. Let Prince lay. We shouldn't stay on the topic because all the followers here, all the followers will start fact checking. They will start doing a real research. If the people lie, they hope if the people lie, forget it. I hope they happy. It might be true, but the way we're digging deeper.
Yeah, let me just add to that. Like I said, right? My organization, we have an organization, a thing that we dig beyond these things, right? So when this thing happening, right? I spoke with one of my counterparts. She's an American. She worked in Liberia as an NGO for 20 years. All right. So she's here. So I spoke with her and I talked to her about it. So we've been digging behind. So she sent me some information and I need to be on my show tomorrow or Sunday. In fact, today she was sending me some information as well regarding the same case. And some of the information she sent me, right, from Capitol Hill. The man is still in the country. So on the 5th, I think the 5th of the he's probably going to court. He's probably going to court. So he's still here. It's not yet finalized. He's probably going to court next on the 5th or the 6th. He's probably going to court because one of the lawyers is saying this man shouldn't leave the country because this man is saying he don't want to go to Africa. He don't want to go to any African nation. He want to go to where he want to go. So they are still going back and forth on the whole issue. And I'll be reporting on it tomorrow on my platform on Sunday. So he's still here.
Prince, I'm cutting you off. Let me tell the followers something. When I say I'm a Republican, I know everything the Republican doing tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Yes, last night they Halloween, Trump celebrated at the warehouse. Let me tell you the followers something here. You ever make sense of the followers? Trump administration, when he deporting from the country, the people, what I know from the Republican, the policy, they want skilled worker, professional worker that can fill in some job where they don't have too much numbers in. How can Trump will be deported? How can Trump will be deported? Then there will be a lot of there will have people from different countries will be coming in the country with visa. So I start putting everything together. I said, but this story here, I start doing my own research. Probably it's true. Probably. But because of the Unity Party lies, send the opposition time, they've been lying for years and years under the unseated judge we are. Some of us here now will not allow in will dig behind, who will research everything. So, but as I will cut the law in these things here. If you put it together, see, in the way the foreign minister received that call, and not the diplomatic way of receiving call, as any student that in the diplomatic field that going to school, that has the State Department not making statement, the foreign our embassy, the ambassador, nothing. That's how she can proceed. So you just go with the call, something fishy about it. Something fishy about it.
Let me add to this, Brother Prince. Let me add to this to the Liberian people. Okay, they are so happy or eager of coming to Liberia on the fake news that they heard about this thing. Let me tell you this, right? The United States, as it stands right now, right? Things are difficult. So the United States is not just, in fact, accepting or receiving anybody into their country that they just coming, that will just come. Let me tell you this. Things are difficult. The economy is tough. Do you know that by tomorrow, November 1st, okay, food stamp, snack, all these things are cut off. So right now, people are even protesting. People are even angry because by tomorrow, all these food stamp, all these benefits coming from the government, everything will cut down. And let me tell you this. The economy of the United States is collapsing. As we speak right now, I was doing a research today, right? If possible, I might talk about it on my show tomorrow. In Seattle, right? A children's hospital, 154 employees have been sacked. Okay, have been sacked. Why? Because of funds, no money. No money. Because the reason why no money, in the United States here, right? Almost everybody got insurance. So these insurance companies now these days, they are being forced.
Let's talk about what Liberia. Don't bring your Democrat talking point now. We can talk inside too. Don't bring your Democrat talking point here. Let's talk about what the visa story.
People,
get on the surface level.
Let's see our thing.
Let's try to, avoid the deep stuff. But anyways,
please. Yeah, go ahead.
Just look at, right? There is something I want us to look at before we can be able to take our leave. Probably this is going to be the last topic. We read the 2025 U.S. State Department report on Liberia, climate, Liberia investment, and etc. And the report was not very favorable. The report pointed out so many things. The report talked about how government officials are using their positions to extort money from investors, how these people are asking that investors give them money before they can be able to have a meeting or to sit with them, how in fact the entire investment climate is not looking too favorable. And they highlight so many things where the quote that is supposed to protect investors, they said the quote is seriously compromised. And they said so many things. But quite recently, what is even more interesting was a Chinese national who is investing in Liberia. According to him, he has been doing some other, negotiation, talking with Sekou Dukle, who is the port manager. And this port manager was able to lure him into a kind of deal where he gave some $1 million for investment in Liberia.
Yes.
At the end of the day, the port manager was able to collect this man money, buy this facility, put it in his name, and in other words, kick this Chinese investor away, deny him the opportunity. And this is something that is all over the place. And my concern is Don't we have the Bureau of Concession and Investment?
Yeah.
That, for example, if someone bring in an investor or you have an investment that is supposed to go through that particular process, yes, anybody can go out to be able to encourage investors that I know of. Anybody can, Liberian that have the connection, you can go out and encourage investors. But usually when that investor comes in the country, then it's where you use the normal protocol. Either through your guardian, through your recommendation, they will go through maybe, the concession, the Bureau of Concession and Investment, blah, 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 to ensure that, all of their documents is correct and is legal. But this Chinese guy is claiming that the port director deceived him, lied to him, and extort money from him. The police conducted an investigation, and the police is saying in their reports that they are not seeing any foul play. The reason for which I'm bringing this out is because this police honor Gregory Gele Como is known to cover so many things. The last time it was about a rape case, they cover it up. King John massacre, they cover it up. Matthew Moluba, the guy who they executed in his own room, nothing was done. The boy, so many cases. What does this mean for our investment climate? And you saw the report from the U.S. State Department.
Yeah.
So I want to start from you, my brother. What does this mean for our climate? Also, we saw an investor being brutalized by one Charles Rabble. He said he commerce inspector, sorry, the labor inspector. And let me play this for Liberian to see. This is the Ministry of Labor inspector. They claim that this man committed some act or he violated some labor law. Is this how you treat somebody who is an investor in your country? So let me play this video, and I want all of us to watch this video. Let's play this video for you.
So,
See, that's Bravo, the inspector. See that? This is the people who are responsible to represent the government and invest and forcefully taking put the main gotta go. The rebel style way of behaving during the war. You go, whoever is the commander, whatever he says becomes final. People must obey. With all of this news that we're hearing and what we are seeing, my brother Jake, let's hear from you. Put yourself in the shoe of an investor, hearing all these things, seeing this thing. What is your take?
First of all, praise to the follower. Once again, salute to everybody. You have to share this video. You share this video to many people. Let it go. Prince, let me say something. The people, the United Party, the stubborn group of people, they already read the report. It's our investment climate is not conducive for investment in the country. We get a lot of roadblock in the country, and I've flagged it before. The first, the legislature. Any country, when I say problem with the legislature, any country, they need to amend new law. When your corporate tax, why investor local? I think about real giant investor. I'm talking about the many Chinese investor there, and I'm downgrading them. But when for them to put millions of dollars in your country, you got to reduce your corporate tax. Your corporate tax is, I bet even the George Weah era, I've been crying on it. Your corporate tax is 25%. Highest, one of the highest in the African region, West African region. Then why the European Union, why these people come from Europe, the Middle East, their corporate tax, European Union is 21, America gone to 18 to 19. The Arab world, different. You don't have incentive for these people. How can they can gamble that money? Because a lot of investors would like to gamble that money. We don't have conducive atmosphere to invest. You can't power your company with generator. We need total electricity. That one of the these are the roadblock. We need security, heavy security. Okay, hospital. Probably the investor get the children whatsoever, workers and things. Then, if an investor reach, probably you fly out of the country. These are the things these are the roadblocks that have been disturbing the Liberian economy. These are the roadblocks that have been disturbed. We cannot pay a matching wine, no, to tainting around. Even the CDC time, because I've heard these things before. I remember at the Jamaican resort. These are the things where you attract investors to your country. The safety of your country. We get best weather, we get everything. But that atmosphere is not there. Our legislature corrupt according to the report. They take bribe. If a middleman, for example, if I won't carry the company in the country, if I don't sign an MOU with that particular person with a lawyer in Europe, if I reach Monrovia with my investor, they will do all kind of things to put me to the back. Then they will have that opportunity. So if you carry investor, you got to sign memorandum of understanding. These are the conditions to attract other leaders, other guys there, the guys in the US, Europe, the other East Europe carry investors to that country because that country they get all these things I was talking about. But our society and another thing, who say legislature they get trouble? That the only country I've seen the legislature still, I've seen picking guys in parliament, from parliament in the West, in the African region, from Botswana, Mozambique, from all the places. I've seen it in the European Union here. They lobby for that. They lobby for that district. They lobby for that community. They carry investors in there. But only the Liberian legislature, they say they only had to pass law, oversight. Who you hear them talking, who they oversight? No, listen, bunch of people. Listen, bunch of people. If you don't have this thing, get starved or sad. Get starved in America. A print of Liberia have an American passport or European passport, it be your server. Give him that letter. He will hustle for you. He will represent you here. He will look for these investors there for you and take it to you and bring it over. That's how this thing work in Africa. If we cannot change that narrative, if we can't change, we can't think out of that box, we will cry millions of times. Nothing will change in the country. You think they'll just bring investors to just come to the country? No, because this particular government, a lot of misrule. You check on the rule of law. The Supreme Court is in the whole rule of law is in the president executive branch pocket. Who will come to that in the land? The major opposition bloc, you destroying it. So who will come for mail in that particular country? They didn't know that particular country with it will a trauma will come, a story will come out of a real protest will come. So you don't do this kind of thing. And please look at what happened recently now in Tanzania. I think the president fled the country.
Yes.
That lady fled the country.
Yes.
That lady fled from Tanzania. She fled the country because of misrule and other things. And before I close, before I pass a friend, please, after the visa story, Liberian follower your year and another story that will circulate with Kajo again. It's circulating. You remember our finance minister, the former finance minister, he took the budget to $800 million. Samuel D12. Since the history of our country, see what the United Party want to do now. They say government thinking to take it to $1 billion. You see the competition that they own? How can he take it to $1 billion? How can he take the budget to $1 billion? Because CDC took it to, when the United Party were there, to $500 million to $600 million. Samuel Kwede King, they took it to $800 million. Now, circulating in the corridor of the United Party, they will come loud now. They will say they're taking the budget to $1 billion. But we'll see how we'll take that budget to $1 billion. So, please, to attract, if the rule of law is not maintained in the country, it don't bring the corporate tax down and all these things, incentive, it will be hard for investors to come in the country. In that particular Chinese people, you get Chinese embassy. You treat that people bad, the video will circulate. The people on TikTok, they own TikTok. So when their friend come inside, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, my brother Frank, let's hear from you as you conclude. You watched the video of how an investor was treated. You read the report, what the State Department is saying. And it's like the Unity Party, the guy ain't give a hang. They ain't even care. The more the people say, don't do, at the time they say, okay, we'll come and step on the brake. Or we'll come and step on the gas, sorry. Let's hear from you, sir.
You know, Brother Prince, there's a snake, right? It got two heads. And, you know, when it's going this direction, and then there's a noise or tree, fall right in front of it, then it will go, it will turn around. The same direction it for it, right here, go by there. When there's another, a tree or something, they'll go by again, for the same direction, right? That's the kind of government we have in Liberia currently that is going with no direction. You got two heads. So if you go to any direction you want to go to, right? Because you got no vision. Okay? Let me say this. You know, in one of our phones area, as I call it the consolidated form, right? Well, that's the right name. But it is one of those areas that when Boaka and Ellen Johnson said he spent 12 years in power, okay? And they left 7 million in our account. 7 million in our account in 12 years, right? Now, President Josh Manuel administration came in, they made 7 million, according to a report. And then in 6 years, before President Josh Manuel left, they contributed 40 million. If you can remember that, 40 million. And then the president came and said only 20 million, they made them. And then the bank governor came out and clarified it. Even Front Page Africa went and clarified and said, no, there was $40 million because there was 20 million and then another Liberian, million whatsoever, and then got together was 40 million. Y'all remember? Right? 12 years. They only put 7 million in our account. 6 years, President George Manuel and make it 40 million. And Boycott government came in less than 6 months, they licked the 40 million. And I can assure you, the one in which this government is going, when they leave, man, Liberia, you will not even miss 7 million there in our funds or in our segment, right? But let me say this. You see the Duke man that you're talking about with that Chinese man, when that thing first started, you remember? Duke went to that facility with that Chinese man because now we want to open the minds of Liberian people. What we say here, we have evidence because it is the same video of these people, their statement. We are not making a story. Okay, the way they made a story doing President George Manuel Weah, for them, they are blessed. They are lucky. They are so fortunate that we are not making a story. We are breaking out factual information that they displace. Dukley, at that time, where they got a facility right now, the facility was not there. Dukley and this Chinese man was spotted at that facility. When Dukley was telling people to leave the facility, and then Dukley was telling somebody in that video at that time when they were negotiating, when the Chinese man went there and Dukley was standing there, he was telling somebody on the phone, he was telling somebody, hey, just pay the money, man. You tell the people they will leave, that they've been, they will leave. At that time, the facility was not there. And he was telling the Chinese man, this place is for you. I in command. Don't worry. So how can the police come and say they did an investigation, they did not find funny or foul play or whatsoever, but there's a video where this Dukley man and this Chinese man, when the facility was not there, and Dukley was giving the spot or the land to this Chinese man to carry on the investment. The video is there. Now, fast forward. The business.
The borderline and the
Right there. Thank you, bro, Prince. Thank you, Honorable Prince.
So,
and that's
I told the Jeff, Judge, just say you're taking the people that fire.
Get it?
Friend,
So
friend,
you
we
need to
don't
start
follow
talking to
let
them
me
now.
see
If they
to
want
it.
to talk to us first before they talk to Jeff, fine.
I like when you
That-
well print
but
it. We don't preach for Ghana here.
the next person. Hey, man.
The water line and the
So,
packing.
I told the Jeff, Jaji, Jeff said he's taking the people that offer here. You get it?
Okay.
So you need to start talking to them now. If they want to talk to us first before they talk to Jeff, fine. In that, when I go to Jeff, Jeff will take the money and they will say move.
That means Jeff will be the best.
No, you start talking to
We should talk to them.
Yes.
I will do that.
You start because just how our water running, we need to go as far as in the curve. We'll get our whole property.
So from here all the way
to the curve, yeah.
Okay.
We'll get gas station, so everything right here.
Yeah.
Very private farm, this one. So the mirror, you see, the water is not too long out there.
So from here, say myself go look at the place.
Yeah,
the distance, then I will know. Then I can start talking with them.
Because Rebecca said the people called the last time. They wanted to talk, but I don't know. Jeff, so my friend that owns this place, he's not in the government. They lost.
What they got it on the mind their own government for?
So
Why they on the mind their own government?
He's very disappointed. Yeah,
They
so
make
I want to
it
give
just
him
so
at least
serious.
2 more months to rest.
Wow.
So, he doesn't have the power right now. Yeah. They spend a lot of money in the election. So we can start talking
Wow.
and see what plan to get. So we own everything. We own everything. Everything.
Security.
Yeah.
Security.
So, Liberia, you're hearing. Look, listen. You see, that's why I keep saying, we keep saying these things, right? It is the United Party government themselves that is failing themselves, not the opposition.
Yes.
Opposition are not doing nothing. We just, I mean, we don't have to go struggle for information. We don't have to go manufacture information like how they did it. We don't have to go do AI. We don't have to go take video from different country and then bring it and post it on the internet and say, hey, this is Liberia. We don't have to do that. We don't do that. We don't have time for that. Okay? So
wow.
You see, at the initial stage, the funding of the business.
That's it.
It's standing right there. And then this duplex man is telling the Chinese man, the man that had their property was in the government, but now they are not in the government, so he does not have power. I'm in the government, I have the power, so don't worry. Don't worry about anything. Nobody coming after you. Now we in authority, we are the same. We are the lawyer. So don't worry, come to us. We are the one sitting right now. So this place, you can do your business. And then he said, just pay the money to Jeff. And that money was corruption. That's bribe. You know, these are the competent people Black Guy brought when he sat there in Nigeria. They said, I will bring competent people to work in my government who will not partake in corruption. If you are fond of corruption, just leave because corruption will be the things of the past. But here is
yeah, people. Exactly, friend. That pay for play.
Jeff,
that pay for play. Right there.
And that's it. And don't worry about it. Just get the money to Jeff. And this place will be for you. Because the man that get this place, he's no longer in government. He was taken from him because he was in government. When he got this place, so because he was in government, he got this place. This place is government property. Now, in fact, he's not in the country, so don't worry. Just pay the money. Now, the Chinese men have paid the money. Fast forward. The business is not booming, it's not going on. There are employees now, profits and things are coming in. Now, Jeff deprived this man from entering the property. I watched a video. This man was in the fence. And this man was denied from entering because he was in a fence and then they locked the gate and then the police, but how or they may get into it. They stopped this man from entering, and then they said they couldn't open the gate. So the man said, okay, okay, say you are depriving me from entering. Let me get outside. They told him, man, you can't go. This man was in the fence and they locked the fence door. And then they said they were waiting for Dukla or police or whatsoever to come and arrest him. Imagine that. And the man said, I spent millions of dollars here. I'm an investor here. Where is my share? And now Dukla has deprived the man from the business that I spent millions of dollars. Now the business is booming. He said, I am not part of the business. The business is in his name. And then Liberia police come and tell us they did investigation and they did not see anything. When from the beginning, this land was given to this man and telling this man pay the money to Jeff, and then the property you take it, and then people that live here, they will leave this place. And Liberian, what did you do to your country? What did you do to yourself? You see, let me say this, Brother Prince. One of the smartest political party, in fact, not even one, the smartest political party in Liberia is CDC. You see how we just relax? We're not making any noise. We're not protesting. We're not doing nothing. We're not eager for power. Like how they were so eager for power. You see how we relax and just waiting for 2029 to go back to the Liberian people. You see how we just relax to wait for 2027, 2028 and go to the Liberian people and compare notes with their 6 years and just money we have 6 years. Or the CDC 6 years. You see how we relax. Because we have nothing to worry about. Because we will carry our gray sheet. Why they bring their gray sheet to the Liberian people and compare notes? That's why we are not worrying. That's why we are not shaking. We are relaxed. Because we know we are steady and steady well. Because we know we have aid and the Liberian people will grade us. Because we know we are not students who spy. We have already studied and make our grade. We are just waiting for the promotion.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. To end on this, my people, I want to say thanks to all of you for taking up the time to be with us. What we are going to do in this particular 4 years to come, or 3+ years, is to continue to expose this government. This government is noted for being very ruthless, for being very brutal. You are seeing what is happening in Iran. It's like they don't even care about international people record or reports. Because it's like the more these reports the more these reports, are flagged out there, is the more they even press the brake to do more than that. And Liberians, we got to brace ourselves. But again, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. If this is your first time following the page, this is Under the Palava Hut. You can hit the share button. You can like the page, follow, subscribe. Or if it's first time on my platform, on my personal page, Prince Sharif, you can also follow us. If you are on YouTube, we want to say follow us on YouTube. And at the end of the day, we believe that His Excellency President Dr. George Weah will be coming back 2029. Until we meet again, my people, I want to say thanks to all of you. I appreciate you. Have yourself a God bless day and bow from my end.
We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies just go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people. And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have. And I can assure you, if you check your calendar, it's exactly 4 months from today. Today's the 10th, right? When is the election? You start checking. 4 months to the date. After 4 months, you will see a new Liberia coming up. You'll see a Liberia that will give you hope. You'll see a Liberia where corruption will be king of the public.